Okay, so this will be Bulgaria 3, third installment. Well, I have to talk about mid-term leave because we do 18 months, then mid-term leave, have a break in the UK, and then another 18 months, then you leave the post. The problem is, it's alright for British girls, English girls, or Scottish girls, or Irish girls, or European girls, but as a Korean wife, you have holiday, but they give you ticket to England. So as a young officer, you can't really, you can't afford to fly to Korea at that time because it takes like 2 3 days. You have to either stay one night in Hong Kong, which we often did, because there was no direct flight at the time to Korea. Anyway, they are not gonna give you money or anything. Just your leave is from the post to the UK, and I don't have family, so it's not really break for me mentally, culturally. And the funny thing was, we came. Oh, by the way, nowadays you have like a allowance, so you can decide where to go. You can go to Korea, so that's good. Time changed, isn't it? It's a long time ago, 1980 to 83. We were in Bulgaria, and we came to UK. Oh my goodness! When I went to a supermarket, I was lost. Piled up, you name it, from nappies to whatever, flour, nappies, and what else? Like lots of, oh, toilet paper. That's another. I mean, when I had COVID, and there's a disaster in England, the panic buying, so there were no toilet papers, or difficult to find in the UK in 2020, would you believe? History, wheels of history goes round and round and round. It's life. Doesn't matter which era do you live. Okay, bit different, but life is life. That's what I view anyway. Now after 71 years old, whatever comes, okay, just get on with it. And would you believe there's no toilet paper? Well, there is. If you can get it, there's like a square sort of a paper. So you can use it. So piled up with the toilet paper. Of course, in the embassy, there's a commissariat, so you could buy. Or I heard some people have close friends to American embassy. They have a big shops, apparently. I've never been. So, toilet paper, marmalade. It's like a wholesale, like a tin. Big tin. It's a catering pack. So we load with lots of goodies. And then we drove back. Can you believe? We buy a car. Did we have a car at first? We must have a car, small car, but then now we have 2 children, so we get rid of it or sold it to another staff, I don't know. And then we flew to the UK, bought a what do you call it? Estate car, and then loaded with lots of things: flour, nappy sand, nappy liner, and baby food, toilet paper, and some flowers, and some cereal, even though we could get some cereal every now and again, and marmite, marmalade. I have to have it because at the time you cannot get really Oriental food, and you could get maybe soy sauce if you go to Soho in London. And I think we were in Portsmouth, so you couldn't get anything. So we uploaded everything what we unperishable, or even if perishable we could freeze or something. So we bought big catering packs, and inside and on the roof rack everywhere is uploaded. We went back to Bulgaria. I think it took 5 or 6 days. First we went to Paris and then we couldn't get out of the Arc de Triomphe, you know, because they drive so fast, faster than UK. So many times we were there and then we managed to get out. I don't know why we stopped by in Paris out of all these places. I think my husband had a friend there, so we stayed with him. And then from there we went to another country. Last one was Vienna. So we passed through the Germany and then Vienna and then Yugoslavia, then you go to Bulgaria, Sofia. But you know, we were sometimes they said you have to take everything into your hotel room because you will get pinched. Goods will get stolen from the car. How much you tied or locked, whatever, it will get pinched from the car. But we did that in Germany and Vienna. But by the time we get to Yugoslavia, we are so exhausted. We are too exhausted to be bothered. Of course, if you lose all the goods, you will cry because they will make you get going next 18 months. You know, you drove all the way from England, Portsmouth to all this is through the Europe. However, we were too tired, so we said, "Oh, let's not do it. I can't manage." So we went to the hotel room and we just see to the children and we just fell asleep. Next morning we went down. Luckily, all was there. But one of our friends or colleague, they lost everything off the rooftop and it's terrible. Anyway, so we were okay. So we were so relieved. We passed the period. We crossed the border checking point. We got to the Bulgaria. Almost home. Of course, it's not almost home. From the border to Sofia. I mean, I don't know. It was 1 hour, not long, but 1.5 hours, something like that. We are so happy. So we were going. Not too fast, but you know, a bit excited. We want to get home. Poor two children in the car all this time, 5 days, 6 days, whatever. We were going. This stupid police suddenly jump out of the footbridge, hiding there to catch us or to catch anybody. So we had suddenly came out and then stop or whatever with its baton. We try to stop. Well, it's heavy, isn't it? Loaded inside out, everything, everywhere, every possible space, every space. We squashed everything from UK. We eventually stopped. Police was mad, hopping mad. So we've been there 18 months or so. There's a dictionary. We were driving and we didn't see you, and then you suddenly stopped hiding like that. We couldn't stop because of the heavy. Anyway, eventually, I don't know. I think you have to pay money or something. Can't remember. Anyway, even if we had to pay money, we are not supposed to pay money because, you know, there's principle. Why this police? But I suppose when you have two kids, they are due to be fed. You are naked. You are on the road for 6 days, one night. Whatever, we managed to get away from the police. Eventually, we got home. Wow. Well, funny enough, the funny brick building on the 25th floor that did look like a home sweet home, because after all, we lived there for 18 months before. So anyway, again, 10 minutes 45 seconds. So better say goodbye. To be continued.